Hi guys, I'm going live now about some different again about something I've never gone live for, or even put a video up about, and it's about what I know about conspiracy theories. So listen up if you're into that kind of thing. There was a guy named Dr. John Coleman who was from MI6, British MI6. He defected, but he had access to the British Museum. He had all kinds of insider documents that only MI6 agents or such would know. And he made a book, and I have read it twice all the way through. It's called The Conspirators. The whole world is called the Committee 300. They've got 300 people, and they're only responsible to each other as far as anything. As long as everyone agrees, they can do whatever they want. And interestingly enough, I've often quoted. I've talked with my dad a lot. He was in the Illuminati. And one of the members that's quoted in John's book, where he quotes past and present members and assigns of the Committee 300. One of on the list is Sir William Wiseman, a possible relative of my dad. So that's interesting. But anyway, John goes on in the book. He talks about who killed Kennedy. I'll start there because that's an interesting point. Kennedy was killed by a team of assassins. I think it was 7 assassins, and the leader of the 7 assassins was a guy named Sir William Stevenson. He was of MI6 as well as Dr. John Coleman used to be, and they're the ones that actually killed Kennedy. And he talks about that and all kinds of good stuff in his book. The book is hard to get. I had a friend that worked for the United Nations that helped give me a copy. Hey, otherwise I wouldn't have got a copy. It was really hard to get a hold of that book. But anyway, when we think about some other conspiracy, first of all, another conspiracy he talks about is the drug thing. First of all, I love rock and roll, but that doesn't make the origin of it not what it is. Rock and roll was started to get people on drugs because when people are on drugs, they're easy to control and manipulate. Also, they become docile, and also the big people that run the world make a lot of money on selling drugs. So there really is a war on drugs. There's only the appearance of such, so that people will think there's a war on drugs, so they won't look past their noses to see that the people high enough up are really into selling drugs. Whatever, but. Anyway, what else did he say? I'm just winging this. There's a place in England called the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations. They do it's connected to Sussex University, and they're very into mind control, and everyone's heard of all kinds of things about that, but they're getting better at it, and they're getting good at it, and they kind of can control people with a. If I have any other thoughts about it, while I'm on, let me just think. Yeah, he talks about the Trilateral Commission and the Council on Foreign Relations and the Bilderberger Group, and plus he's got a pretty detailed list of, like I said, of past and present members and assigns of the Committee 300. And interestingly, of course, Sir William Wiseman is on the list, a likely relative of my dad. But anyway. And he was President Henry Truman's handler in World War I era. Sir William Wiseman was. I read David Icke. I've read the David Icke Guide to the Global Conspiracy and How to End It. I have Fat Himself and How to Get to Know the True One, by David Icke, and I read all kinds of. As a lot of people know, that 9/11 was a total sham. Of course, everybody knows that. But David Icke goes into the details about it. Things about it that you really have to study it to know. But basically, the whole thing was they demolished that building and then just blamed it on a couple planes and a couple terrorists, and then that gave them an excuse to fly the Patriot Act, which was being drafted like 15 years before 9/11 even happened. So there's that. But if 9/11 was a sham, a lot of what they're doing to us falls to pieces because we're all supposedly afraid of terrorists, and of course our government's going to protect us from them, LOL, which means they can give us the Patriot Act and all kinds of things. But, well, that's what they wanted in the first place. It's called problem, reaction, solution. They give a problem, we get it, we react, they provide a solution, and it's what they wanted in the first place. It doesn't solve all problems. It makes them closer to the what you know, the New World Order is what the Committee 300 eventually wants. David Icke thinks it'll come by the year 2030. That's a date that keeps ringing bells around the world or whatever. By 2030, we should probably all be hooked up to a global computer, and we'll be monitored and controlled via that, you know. I'm not sure if the vaccines are part of that or not, even though I've actually heard a clip of Bill Gates talking about vaccines, at the very least for population control, much less connecting to the global internet. It might be both, but I'm not sure about that, so I won't quote it. But so anyway, David Icke talks about when we're all controlled by the global, we're all connected to the global internet. Our minds will be downloaded, and they will be able to give us orders, you know, like do this, do that, don't do that, don't do that. And if you do comply, they can reward you with credits to buy and sell, or maybe pleasure via their hookup machines. But if you fail to comply, they can take away credits, which means your ability to buy and sell, or I believe once you've experienced something, it can be loaded into the computer, and they can make you feel that again. So the worst pain you've ever experienced, once you're hooked in and controlled, they can make you feel that because it's in your brain, and they can upload it and just connect it and play that file of you, whatever. And that's what you'll feel at that moment. So personally, I have stepped my left foot in hot coals once when I was 16 years old and watching a girl at the beach. So they can always make me feel that again, that really hurt. Anyway, love you guys, rock and roll. Have a good day. Bye-bye.